Hey there! If you're looking for a dog trainer here in Bradenton, you know it can make a huge difference, right? For you and your dog. So, in this explainer, we're going to walk through exactly how to find the perfect one for you.
You know, just picture it for a second. A really nice, peaceful walk along the Riverwalk. Or maybe you're just relaxing with your pup at one of those outdoor cafes on Main Street, or having a great day at the beach with zero stress. That's the dream, right? A well-trained dog really does become your best partner for all those local adventures.
But how do you actually find the right trainer to get you to that point? I mean, there are a lot of options out there, and picking the right person can feel, well, a little overwhelming. But that's exactly what we're here to help with. We're going to break it all down.
So, here's what we'll cover. We'll talk about training specifically for life here in Bradenton. Then we'll get into the first big step, defining what you need. After that, we'll look at different training methods, how to actually choose your trainer, and finally, where you can practice all those new skills around town. Let's get to it.
All right, first section, let's talk about what training really means for a dog living in Bradenton. It's not just about sit and stay, it's about those real-world skills they need for our unique environment right here. Think about your dog's world here. You've got busy days at Coquina Beach, walks on the Riverwalk, chilling at cafes. The whole idea is to get your dog comfortable in these situations. You know, can they stay calm if a crowd walks by at a festival? Can they say hi to someone without jumping all over them? When they master these things, life just gets so much more enjoyable for everybody. Okay, so before you even open up a search engine, the most important thing you can do is figure out your own goals. Seriously, what are you actually trying to accomplish with training? Are we talking about basic stuff for a brand new puppy? You know, the socialization, the potty training? Or is there a specific problem you need to fix, like leash pulling or jumping, or maybe your dog gets really reactive around other dogs? Just figuring out your main goal helps narrow down your search like you wouldn't believe. And then you got to think about how you want to learn. Group classes, they're awesome for practicing with other dogs and people around. But private, in-home training, that's perfect for stuff that happens at home, like barking at the doorbell. Every format has its pros, so just think about what's going to fit best with your schedule and your life. Okay, next up, let's talk about training methods. And this is a biggie, because how a trainer teaches your dog is honestly just as important as what they're teaching. Today, the modern, science-backed approach is something called positive reinforcement. It's really simple. It's a reward-based method. It's all about building a trusting relationship with your dog. You're teaching them what you want them to do, using things they love like treats or praise, instead of punishing them for what you don't want. The result? The good behaviors stick around for good. Now, you're probably going to see a bunch of letters, these certifications, after a trainer's name. Don't let that alphabet soup scare you. All it really means is that the trainer has met certain professional standards and they're committed to keeping their skills up to date. It's just a good sign that they're serious about what they do. Okay, so you've got your goals figured out, you know what kind of training method to look for. Now it's time for the practical stuff, actually picking someone. And of course, a big part of that decision is going to be the cost. Just to give you a ballpark, for a single private training lesson here in the Bradenton area, you're usually looking at somewhere between $100 and $180. It's just a good number to have in your head as a baseline while you're looking around. And as you can see from this table, the prices can really vary based on what you need. A 6-week puppy class, for example, is going to be a much smaller investment than, say, a 2- or 3-week board and train program. And that's exactly why figuring out your needs first is so helpful. It makes sure you're paying for the right kind of support. So, once you've found a few trainers that fit your budget, you gotta interview them. Asking good questions is, hands down, the best way to make sure you're hiring a real pro who's gonna be a great fit for you and your dog. So here are 5 really good questions to ask. First, what training methods do you use? You're listening for positive reinforcement. Ask about their credentials and how they stay up to date. Then get specific. How will you help us with our Bradenton lifestyle? How can you help me get my dog to walk calmly at Robinson Preserve? A good trainer should also tell you how they'll measure progress, and they should absolutely be giving you homework to practice. Trust me, their answers to these questions will tell you everything you need to know. All right, last section. So you've hired your trainer, you're learning new things. Now the real work starts. The final and maybe most important part is taking everything you've learned and putting it into practice in the real world. And as you head out to practice, just a quick friendly reminder, here in Bradenton and Manatee County, dogs have to be leashed in all public spaces, unless you're in a designated dog park, of course. It's just a simple rule to keep everyone safe while you're working on those new skills.
And, we have some really great spots for practice here in Bradenton. GT Bray Park, for example, that's a great spot to work on off-leash skills safely inside the dog park area. The Palmasola Causeway is perfect for practicing loose-leash walking when there are lots of distractions like birds and joggers, and the trails over at Robinson Preserve, they're fantastic for practicing a really solid recall. Look, at the end of the day, all this work isn't just about obedience. It's about having a confident, happy companion who can enjoy everything our city has to offer right there with you, whether you're at home, visiting friends, or just enjoying a beautiful Florida day out and about. We really wish you and your dog the best of luck on your training journey together.